speak to Brigadier General Jaroslaw Strozyk, an adjunct professor at the University of Wrocław, previously the director of Polish military intelligence, also former deputy intelligence director at Nato HQ in Brussels. Just some of your current and former titles, Jaroslaw. You know what? You have been a perfect barometer for us since the start of this conflict. We regularly have you on to get your analysis. So I'm just going to start with, as we approach that one-year mark, what's uppermost in your mind? Are you thinking about something general or something very specific?
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you for having me so many times. I'm on the eve of this one-year anniversary. I have on my mind that I don't know which direction it goes. First of all, both sides could suffer more. Of course, the defenders, Ukraine, are defending its own independence, its own country, so that's another situation. But on the other hand, you have Russia, the country that can suffer even more. It proved it was the one thing specific mind on one thing on my mind is that we are coming to the past, and Russian people are hearing something different that they can see on the ground in their own cities. Those numbers, which are really big, 100,000 killed, be of course a different number, but with the wounded soldiers, this is a significant, very significant impact on each city of Russian territory, and you cannot hide simply this effects. You cannot simply say that you are defending against NATO, against Nazi regime from Ukraine. So the main thing, we are coming back to the past in terms of the communist times in Russia or Soviet Union by that time.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the past, Jaroslaw. Let me read this to you. This is Robert Fox, who is a former US military veteran. And he says the three things that we have learned from 2022, and you are kind of touching on this. He says humanity has not evolved. The international order only survives as long as it's defended by force. He says conventional warfare remains a visible tool of state policy. And the third thing, he says the age of great power conflict is far from over. If you're a leader of a relatively small country and you have ideas that extend the insecurity of other nations, that's one thing. But if you're the president of Russia, is Vladimir Putin taking humanity backwards?
Yes, we can only confirm that he is taking us to the past, and this humanity is reversing quite fast. We couldn't imagine even last year, exactly on the 23rd of February, that we might have such a big war. I mean, with so many casualties, a regular heavy fighting with shelling, with destroying so many cities. As it was indicated, Russia is fighting now for the cities which no longer exist in some cases. So this is a pure case of attrition, and so that is kind of not having too much hope for the future, because President Putin is fighting for his life, somehow for his legitimacy, legacy. He is still fighting on that as well. He has elections next year. Let's not forget about that, next March 2024. So there are so many aspects that I'm quite pessimistic about ending this war in upcoming year.
Jaroslaw, I have so many more questions for you, but I'd actually like to say that hopefully I won't get a chance to ask you those questions. Who knows, as you say, when this war is going to end. Thank you so much, as always. Jaroslaw Strozyk in Wrocław.